Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the Hidden Gems Valorant podcast. I'm your boy Sniffin, and I'm here with Mr. Mick and Mr. Amen. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Today we're going to be discussing some VCT stuff, specifically doing a tier list of teams post Santiago and our predictions for kind of the next split going forward. Discuss some, I guess, new changes that occurred in the most recent patch, and the new character as well.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get started. Right into it. AG.
Do we want to go by team, like down
Let's
the
do-
list, or by
let's do by
or
region.
tier?
By region? Okay.
By region. Yeah.
Okay, we only have three.
And let's
China-
just get China out of the way.
Okay, I'm gonna be pretty spicy on China takes though.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the record, none of us really watched China, and given their most recent Masters performance, we don't feel like we're the experts on it, so we'll just put them in unknown.
For the others, but
Yeah.
XLG we can start with.
I don't think they're too bad. I'm in between B and C tier, but I don't know. I especially with I had made my list with 5 and no F, so I mean I could definitely lean towards C tier.
I would
yeah,
put XLGC.
I had them kind of floating like middle to top of C tier between like when I did it that way.
I think they've also been good in like other metas at least, where
Yeah.
it's shown a little bit more that they'll probably be around.
especially at the
Definitely.
international stage, like it's not like they're the best there is, but usually when they make an international stage, they're not horrible, or they're at least
Yeah, there's
competing
at
a
least
little bit.
some compete. Okay. AG up next. One China.
Yeah. I have them on like the lower B, like pretty much like last B. So like
I'm fine with that. I
through all
think
the
they're
regions, I think they kind of found some footing towards the end of Santiago, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like they got some stage experience. I think that is like a huge thing as well for those guys. So
Definitely.
I,
I'm
I
fine
like
with
I
it.
like I like Kira a lot, and like Shrimp a lot. I think they're really good.
I
they
became
definitely-
a fan of Shrimp after this event.
they definitely have a lot of aimers, but they
Is it
also-
aim with no brain kind of thing? That's the only
It's
thing.
definitely seeming a little aim no brain, but
Like looking like
that's winning China.
Except we don't have aim
EDG.
either, I guess.
You snowbird, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, EDG. I
think-
listed them kind of top of D tier. Actually, I think they have a lot of holes,
That's how
Um,
I feel too.
and
think-
I think against a lot of the mid to bottom tier teams of other regions, they would actually lose to.
That's what I was saying too. I thought the same for XLG, and honestly, I think AEG has some I don't know. It'd be interesting if they played like Cloud9 to see how that would match up and stuff, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, I
That would
agree.
be a fun matchup. I'm fine with that. They looked really bad, flat out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have
need
the
Simon.
pedigree of being good in the past. I think even personally, I probably weigh them a little bit higher with that. But even then, like I don't know, the Santiago was.
I
ugly.
mean, like CB replacing Simon seems like a complete downgrade.
Easy on
CB's
them.
definitely not great, but also they need
But, like-
Smoggy and Chichu to wake up as well. I feel like
Yeah.
Chichu won them that chance. I
He
think
was, like,
people kind of
yeah.
forget that how good he was throughout that run.
definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I agree
Alright.
with that.
We can go to start our Americas rankings.
USA,
G2.
USA.
All right, Griffin, where do you have G2? I'll let you go
I'm-
first.
I put them in S. I think they're consistently a top team. They will continue to consistently be a top team. If
Okay.
we want to put them in A, I don't hate that, but they're either S or A for me, and like that they would be on the lower end of S. But
Yeah.
I still think they can be an S tier for me.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I have an interesting take on this, but I feel like at the start of kickoff in Americas, I was surprised by Baby Bay, but then I was very disappointed with his performance at Santiago. Overall,
100%.
I feel like he wasn't aiming as well, and I also feel like on a macro level, he just didn't seem to have it there with what they were kind of trying to do. And I just tried to kind of think like, do they still finish fourth if they kept Jonah P? And I'm like, in my head, I think yes. Like, and if anything, I think they might have done better,
I
personally.
completely agree with that.
So where I had them based off of that take, I had
Pickles.
them kind of like middle of A tier throughout between like Pacific, EMEA, and NNA. So they were kind of sitting in the middle for me. I think maybe this meta could suit well for them. But I'm also trying to think of some of these other teams that are going to be good in the upcoming meta that didn't even make it to Santiago as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing that's hard because you just assume like these teams are the eight or however many teams, nine best teams that go, but it's like or 12 teams, but it's
Yeah,
not actually like RRQ maybe is actually better than T1 if they played 10 times, but they lost on the day, so like you're not
yeah.
actually better. I think G2 and
I
A,
that's a
I'm
different
fine
hot
with
take I
that.
have with RRQ, but yeah,
I think I
definitely.
flooded the S tier a little bit too much with my list, so I'm definitely fine to have it filtered out.
it's
Yeah, for
tough.
me, S tier is like
You
cream of
got
the crop,
I
uh,
think also they
personally.
have to show like I don't know, fourth place was
They just
good,
gotta
but
win. That's the bottom
they
line.
do have to win. You can't be S tier like just 'cause you do good at like
Yeah,
regionally.
yeah, I
I think
agree.
S tier's got to be you show you can prove you win a tournament. You
Speaking
can win.
speaking of S tier for me, as you click on it, I mean,
I
I
think
Energy has to be S
I
yeah,
tier.
agree
they
completely.
just
They're
it's
just the best team in Americas,
yeah.
and I actually think they're like, and it's fair because I do think there is a tier gap between them and G2. Like, I just think they have, whether it's overall macro, Ethan's play calling, Bonkar's coaching, like they have something ahead of G2,
I
and it
I
shows.
think they just weirdly enough, and I don't actually know what it is, but I think they just lock it in. Like they
Yeah,
in the moments that they're needed, someone steps up, and not that that doesn't happen on G2. Like obviously
hmm
that happens. It just like Mata seems to often, even though he didn't have his best tournament this tournament, I feel like he often does step up in like the biggest games
Yeah.
for sure.
as well.
Brock,
Yeah,
Scuba, Ethan's a clutch master, and now you add Kiko to that. Like Kiko,
yeah,
like he very much looked the part. At least
Yeah.
in terms of Santiago and kickoff. Like I
yeah.
feel like they're gonna be not a lock, but I would predict them top four at the next Masters as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard not to.
Okay.
Honestly, it,
Eamon, you go. What's your take on MIBR?
this might be spicy. I would put them in S tier.
I'm
I know
fine
Okay.
with
that's
that. I'm
I
fine with that.
they got like I think roster wise it's top 3 roster, and then
Yeah.
they didn't have that much time in kickoff practicing because of like the Aspas heart surgery and
hmm
stuff.
hmm
So I don't know. It's hard to imagine this team just doesn't click.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I think that's completely fair.
yeah.
I had them neck and neck with someone else for like top of A tier, so I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, I think that's also like if you said like they didn't make it, sure. I get
Yeah.
that you don't want a team that didn't make the international nest tier, but also I think they're the best.
That's not even like I don't base it fully off that. I'm kind of like basing it off of thinking like I have no idea what's gonna be the meta, but I'm just in my head what I think it could be, and like I also based it off that for like who we might see going to London
Yeah.
next. So
Yeah.
And especially like a team like NRG or MIBR where they're players on multiple agents who have shown like a top tier skill on those agents and like flexible in different metas, that
yeah,
does make a difference. Like AG,
absolutely.
100%.
I don't know. Like if Kira adapt to a meta, can like Shrimp,
Hey,
Yeah.
that kind of
Shrimp's gonna
stuff.
be nasty on Sky with the new buff.
Yeah, he will be good on
Shrimp will
Sky.
be nasty.
Yeah. No, I think that's good.
All right, Cloud9. This is kind of a
Yeah. Um
always a difficult one. Cloud9.
They always
yeah,
should
so
be
I
better than
I
they are.
I had Cloud9 kind of like a mid to top B tier team currently. I think actually they kind of improved a bit, but it was also kind of tough because portion of their kickoff they had Demon One playing instead of Oxy, so
Yeah.
um, I think it's a little hard to judge them. But I actually think Zelsis as an IGL, I think he can cook. So I could see them like I don't know if I'll ever really pred them to make an international, but like I can see them constantly being like a team that's fighting to kind of get that slot in Americas.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I
I was leaning C with them. I can get behind B, but I definitely would put like all gamers ahead of them, and I feel like you guys probably would too. Maybe not though.
I honestly don't know if I would
I'm
put all
not putting
gamers ahead of them,
I'm
but
not
I
putting all
also
gamers ahead of
feel
them.
like they're not a like I don't know, when I just look at like all gamers, obviously they're cracked, but like if you said like Fungir compared to Oxy, I wouldn't like think I don't know,
No.
like Oxy's up there
He
as
seems the
well,
part.
like
I don't know. That's just
Yeah.
C9 though. They seem the part, and
yeah, they
like I
do.
like Penny a lot. I think like Zeppa can do like a good job, especially in like the initiator role or like Senti. And then I agree with Mick. I think Zelsis brings a lot more to the table, and it kind of gets lost in the fact that he's who he is, and he might not be the best on the stat sheet. But even then, I still think he's a good IGL, and like I think they could do
Yeah.
good. It's just will they?
Yeah. I think
It's a lot of ifs
B
with
B
them.
or C out of
I'm voting B, but like I can be behind
I'll
whatever.
go C, and Eamon, you can be the decider.
we'll put him in
Um,
B. I think
We can always
AG,
make
okay.
adjustments too.
I think AG would actually lose to them, but it depends on the meta as well. So,
yeah,
obviously. Sentinels added Joan P, added
yeah.
Win.
added Jerwin.
Jerwin and then Ewok as the coach. I think so. I think this team has this like a ceiling that they could reach. I'm kind of thinking about it right now as you bring in. Obviously, Ewok's a good coach, but you bringing in two new players to the rotation with a new head coach. And I just don't think it's gonna be like sunshine and rainbows all like right away, and as it shouldn't. So currently, I think they're a B tier team. I think they have the ceiling to hit like somewhere in the A range.
Okay.
Um,
I'm fine
but
with
that's
that.
also me. Like I don't know enough about Jerwin to be honest with you. I really like Jonah, but like I don't think Jonah's so star-studded that he can like take them up a full like tier by himself. So
Yeah, I'm excited for Jonah because I'm a big Jonah P fan, but also is he's only been with the guard core from like
right.
ever since then, so we haven't and he's like such a supportive player, so it's kind
Yeah.
of interesting whether to see like
Yeah, plus it'll be interesting to see like, John's going to be play calling again,
yeah.
like fully. He's not just going to be a mid rounder. So it'll be interesting. I think it'll really like depend on like I think Redux and Jerwin are going to have a big role in the team, and it'll be interesting to see how they kind of progress together.
I'm good with the B tier. I
Yeah,
definitely
Okay.
can
right
see
around
them.
C9. I think they have. Maybe I kind of agree. I don't know if you intentionally meant this, but I feel like they do have that higher ceiling than C9.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
C9 has been together for longer. I feel like their
C9's
floor is
power of
obviously a lot
friendship.
higher.
Yeah, C9 is
Um,
power of friendship, literally.
I'm a big Cortezia guy as well. I think he's
Yeah.
good, and he definitely did not have the best split in like kickoff, but I think they could get to a forum where they're a great fucking team and can
For sure. No, I agree.
make at least a run in Americas.
Yeah, definitely.
100
Okay.
Thieves.
Dude, 100 Thieves is a tough one. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
I think they're not
I
bad.
I think we could see 100 Thieves make an international this year.
I
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
I agree with that.
I I think Timotino's really good. Um,
They didn't touch Waylay at all. He's one of the best Waylays in the world. Like,
and I think like yeah, and I think like Bang is just so much better suited on this team than he was at Sen. I
mhm.
think he just kind of like has that chemistry with Austin and Cryo. Um, so I have them kind of leaning on like that bottom A tier, top B tier for me is where I see them.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I was thinking B tier, but ahead of all gamers. But
Definitely ahead of all gamers.
I would be perfectly fine putting them at the bottom of A tier as well.
I'm with you on B tier. I'm kind of lower, I'd say. Not that like I
Yeah,
do think they could definitely make an international.
yeah.
I
Bro just
expect.
hates Nate Shot.
I mean, Nate Shot's a bit cringe. I expect like some or improvement out of Sen. I would think. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's looking at Americas is so tough because
It is tough because you also have to kind of think like Sen, Cloud9, and 100 Thieves are the teams that I think are coming for like that Furia spot. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, so it's tough. It's tough. And
MIBR too.
yeah,
yeah,
MIBR, and then we don't even know like I mean we'll get to them in a little bit. But, like we don't even know what crew's going to be looking like too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
um, yeah, I think that's a fair spot. That's fine by me.
yeah. I think that's fair. Furia,
Uh, yeah, I have them kind of sitting on the lower half of A tier right now.
I'm fine with
I
that.
would agree with that.
Yeah, I
They're a
just
good
I'm a
team.
little. I think they're good. I'm a little worried about the sustainability of how well they're gonna play with the teams that we just spoke about.
Yeah,
Improving throughout the year.
I
Yeah.
agree. I do think though the, Koala Noob's always been a player where like if you win pistols, he's great because he'll get
Yeah.
the op and get the snipers out early.
Hmm.
But if you don't, it's tough. And then they just
Yeah.
didn't win pistols at this event, and it's like you're not gonna
Yeah.
win. Like you need Koala Noob to have an op, and it's still an op meta, I think, until like more util buffs.
Hmm.
But I don't know.
This Claw Noob's primary agent was Yoru too, right? At least in kickoff.
Yeah,
It's like Yoru Omen,
Yoru
Zoro
Omen.
Omen. He used to say
Jet a little bit
he'll play
sometimes.
whatever as long as he's allowed to snipe.
Yeah.
That's what he used to say.
Respect
Give me
there.
an op. Yeah. So he used to op on Sage a lot. That was the Koala Noob classic.
Ooh, Envy.
Can I do this one? Can I do this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love Demon One. I love Eggster. Kesnit, I wasn't too familiar with. I knew him from crew before. I think he's been fun to watch. I think he's a funny guy. This team is gonna fucking suck. I am not confident. Like they have a one trick Yoru, and I love Eggster. He's so entertaining, great to watch, but he didn't have the best split. And you have a one trick Yoru. Maybe they change it up, whatever. I like max I'd be willing to go is low D tier, but I'm fine putting them in F tier.
yeah. Yeah, I think if we're looking at our tier list as a whole in just EMEA, Americas, and Pacific, I do think they probably are like one of the worst teams or a
Yeah.
bottom three team. I would think.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have to kind of go off the fact that Eggster is a literal Yoru one trick,
Yeah,
and
They
I
killed
know
it.
he's like yeah these guys definitely have the ability to like hey like if their coaches kind of connect with them and say like hey we got to cook in the lab on something else with the upcoming meta like obviously like I think he could get pretty solid on something else. I just don't have faith that it's going to be to the level that it kind of needs to be for them to have any success. I
I
I agree. I agree. Like I like Kesnit. I like Demon One a lot. Like they're shooters. Um, I I just don't really believe in the team. To be honest
I
with you.
also need
like
them to just put Demon One on Chamber. Like I understand he's a solid smokes player. Get that boy off Astra. Put him on Chamber.
yeah, definitely want a sniper. I don't know. If you look at Demon One's VLR page, you'll be shocked by how much Chambers he's played.
Yeah.
The Envy, I think, is a tough one because of the whole Inspire thing too. Because they honestly looked better than I thought they would. with Inspire, and then they drop him, and
He's their
now it's just
best
kind of
rated
a.
player, right?
I think so, but I honestly don't know at the time.
I don't think it was like far off and like he was
Yeah.
carrying, but he
I,
had like the highest rating and like granted we don't know the stuff that
Yeah.
went on behind the
I'm
scenes, but I do agree with that. They did look better with
I'm pretty confident
with him.
too. They're playing Yoru still. Like I
Yeah,
think game one they're playing Yoru. I don't think they're
Yeah.
swapping, and I think that's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
So
I'd
we'll
agree.
move to EG.
Yeah, this is a team I feel so like at an odds with.
they're
I
not
mean, obviously
horrible.
they're not horrible, but they really only were competitive like against kind of the bottom feeder teams.
Yeah,
Like their only wins in kickoff were Loud and Envy, both, you know, arguably, the worst teams in America is right there.
they also lost to Envy on the first game
Yeah,
they played.
exactly. So
Were
I
those games with and without Inspire, or did he play
Yes.
both? Okay, it was
No,
they lost with him and then won afterwards, or they
they won
won
with him.
with him
with them
and
and
then
lost
after
afterwards.
EG knocked
Yeah,
him out. Yeah. So I thought.
yeah. And like DG Zin has looked really good this year, actually.
I'm happy for him.
But I, I feel like Superman hasn't looked as good. Calm doesn't look like his old self, and then Bao and Okeanos I feel like are just inconsistent. I
Yeah,
like both of them, but they're just inconsistent. So I just don't really see how they can compete currently. I just feel like they're lacking firepower around the whole team.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm fine
I
putting
agree with
them in
that.
D tier. Like, I don't, unless you guys really think they'd beat EDG, I feel like they'd be below EDG
No,
for
I
me.
don't
I
think they'd beat EDG.
I don't think they'd beat EDG.
Yeah.
Like I want to believe in EG, but they just aren't like I don't know. I was hoping for more out of the Com and Potter
Yeah, I
reunion,
agree.
and it's kind of just been like I don't think
Disappointing.
there's much depth in their gameplay, which is
Yeah.
kind of what I was hoping to see. But all right, crew. Honestly, I have no idea
Ross, yeah.
where to rate crew. The we
It's it
saw
has it just
their
has to be off of like
subunit.
gut feeling.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean,
it's a lot.
it's a mix of old and new. That's really
Yeah.
what it is.
Well, it's a lot of
Um,
old and then two new, I guess. I
yeah,
guess
like
three and two.
I'm not really sure about MW. I feel like it was an interesting pickup overall. It'll be interesting to see Sawdock back in Americas because I think he was really struggling on KC last year. Um,
Yeah.
and obviously like Les also struggled in EMEA. So it'll be interesting. Like I think Les has maybe kind of past his prime, and but
I
I always think like there is a chance that like a new team, a new coach, something can kind of like light your fire. And
it's also
Dante's gross. Like he's a talented player,
yeah.
but I don't know. I'm pretty low on them overall. I have them kind of like bottom C maybe.
I
It's
think
kind of like
that's fair.
where I see them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I know enough to really give them a proper rating. I'm it's gonna have to really be trial by fire for me. See how
I
they're playing.
less less kind of feels like he maybe does like return to form, like he's almost back home and comfortable, but
Yeah,
it is tough to MW's Harris just had so many chances on like so many teams where
yeah,
he's just never proved that he's
yeah.
tier one
I agree.
level, I guess.
So
Now
Loud
Loud,
S tier.
For sure.
I think it's pretty quick for me. I think they're F. Honestly, I like everything we saw. I'm putting Envy over them right now. They're my bottom.
you're
Honest.
putting Envy over them.
I'm putting them above Envy, to be
I
honest
even
with
prefer
you.
with
Envy, but
even with
I I
your
think with the
nerfs.
I
hey,
think
Demon
like
One's
there's
just
a
getting warmed up.
True.
but also like I think the Sky buff benefits them a lot with Kaunzine because Kaunzine was like pre Sky like nerf before he was like one of the best
Yeah,
Skies.
He was a great
Um,
guy. He also did have better teammates around him.
that's true.
I think
That's
like
true.
it's tough on initiators sometimes where like if you're going from less Aspas and like all these guys around
to
you.
darker
Yeah,
to darker Verdi and darker. I think are like really the parts of the
they're
team
not.
that drag them down.
Yeah, there's no
They're
like rumored changes, right, or anything with Loud. I don't
They
think so.
added someone, didn't they? Didn't they add like some Chilean guy? And he's just like, yeah, they
Erde,
just added Erde, and I
I
have
don't know this guy.
no idea who he is.
Yeah,
He doesn't have any data on VLR except for the fact that he played for some team, some Chilean team in the Red Bull home ground. And he played duelist the whole time, so maybe he's a replacement for Verdi. Um,
yeah, could be.
but with that, like again, like they have to be bottom of our list.
Uh,
Lev.
Leviathan.
Ugh, it's tough. I Lev's tough because I feel like they have like crazy potential to like randomly do something really special. Like they have the chance to like kind of almost do what Furia did at this stage. I
Yeah,
just don't. I just don't know if I believe it'll happen. But Sato Neon are cracked. It's tough because they did really poorly in kickoff.
Yeah,
I
they
think
didn't have
also.
Neon for a good portion of it.
Yeah, that's definitely tough. I think owner, the coach, was used to be the crew coach, and like his famous quote was, "I don't really believe." Like it's this is paraphrasing, but it was like, "I don't believe in counter stratting. Like we
Yeah.
play our own game." And I don't think he's not gonna adapt. I think he's kind of learned. Obviously, you have to adapt, but
Yeah.
it was looking very slow. And like, if they loosen up and let them like play the Nongshim style, like feed,
Hmm.
have your neon go in. Uh, where like if they do that, I could see them like making it international. It's just I don't know. They need to show that, I guess.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I just don't know if I look at like our B tier teams, I don't think I would pick them over those three to make an international this year is the only thing.
I don't know.
Um,
I think I'm thinking they'd go over C9, but the other two,
I would agree with
really?
the C9. I think they would go over C9. But I think their floor is lower though.
yeah, I
It's just
completely
ceiling's
agree.
higher. I
Yeah.
I think top C tier is fine or bottom B for me.
Okay. Um,
Any opinions from you?
I
I
lean
had
more
I
towards
had
B.
them. Okay, I had them in C, but so it's up to you, Eamon.
I'll go. I think top C is good. They there's a ton of potential. They just need to show they can unleash that
Yeah.
potential and like also it will be interesting. King's been there forever if they keep King and how that goes.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's America's done. We'll
Nice.
move. We can do EMEA, I guess, next.
Okay.
Uh, we'll start with BBL.
Want to go ahead, Griffin?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like they're gonna keep up form. I'm tempted to put them in S, but I think that's a little too hasty. I feel like A is a good place for them. It seems like as well they obviously had really good players with Lovers Rock, Loida LaRock, but also like it was a whole team that seems like a very good system. It seemed like they knew what they were doing, so I feel like they're going to keep up that pace. And I'm leaning towards A, but EMEA is tough. I think they could definitely. I could also see them missing the next tournament.
I
Yeah.
I think they're
EMEA is
really
tough.
good.
I
Uh,
think I had them as my like top tier A team on my list. Is where
I'm
I
fine
have
with
I
that.
them.
would have them below. Oof, would I? Uh,
I
they're in A
personally
tier for me.
I have them above G2 by one slot in my list. And I a reason I say that is I just believe them to continue to get better rather than Baby Bay to work out with G2.
It's kind of it's like to a smaller scale, but the C9 Lev thing, it's like I believe BBL has a higher chance of winning an international, but like I think
Yeah.
G2 has a
More
higher
consistency.
chance of finishing next tournament.
Yeah.
Higher maybe.
Yeah. That's fair.
This is
B.
I think Navi's a very typical B tier team in
I
my
had them in
opinion.
B as well. they've shown some sparks for sure, but I don't know.
They made
I don't
some
know.
moves though.
They've looked pretty bad so
I know,
far.
but they have made moves. I don't know if
Who
all
did they
them.
replace Shao with?
So I think
And
Sociable and Shao are both
gone, right?
on their way out with
Mhm.
I don't remember the guy's name to replace him.
Okay,
I can
because
look it.
I like Ruxic and Hero are gross. They're both disgusting. The
Hero is
problem is
farming.
the problem for me is obviously like Shao and Sociable had to go. Uh, I also don't. I'm not really high on Filu as well.
I'm also not a Filu fan.
So if they're keeping Filu, and I don't know until they announce who they are replacing the two roles for, I don't see them being a B tier team, to be honest with you. But that's just
So
my opinion.
Caloric is their rumored replacement who's on NRG Academy in Maryville, who I don't know much about at all. Um, but
Okay. See, like I think is he supposed to be a scans player? Pretty
let
sure.
me see.
I think he kind of has like the sociable
Okay.
hero pool.
Yeah, it will be interesting. They need an IGL if they don't. Oh, the other one. I think Cloric maybe is the IGL. Exit is the guy I saw, who's a Saudi
Exit.
Arabian guy, who played for
I'm looking.
Twisted
Yeah.
Minds.
He
Okay,
could be
he's
the
a
first
duelist.
Saudi Arabian player in VCT.
I think so.
Yeah, he's a
There's
duelist.
a lot of Saudi Arabians in Overwatch, but I don't think
Okay.
there's many in
I mean, so if you guys want to put them on B, you can. I think there's too many what ifs with the team. Like, uh, they only have two solid
I'm
pieces.
fine doing C. If we're gonna do C, I think either right above Lev or right below them, towards like the top of C. So I don't
I
like.
would I'm fine having them C. I would put them B if you would too, Griffin.
I'm fine here right now. We
Okay.
can potentially adjust because just going forward, I'm not too sure.
It is tough looking at the teams when
It's so
I'm like,
tough. KC is an interesting one. I actually don't. I don't know.
They really let me down in the
they just
kickoff.
look terrible
That's
though.
fair.
Like they, I don't know. They really let me down. I thought like adding DOS 9 would be really good with them, and I think like off the top of my head, I think Levin's really good.
Yeah.
Maybe the switching out Shados for narrate will be the thing, but like they don't really have a song. Like if Aves is calling for them, I'm not really sure like to have that much faith
I
behind
think
that.
they I'm not sure who will play like the entry duelist, but they might put Aves on just like perma initiator, like because he plays that Teo a lot, so it will be kind of
Yeah.
interesting, I think.
He has a hero
But
pool.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not super high on them. Um,
I want to be. I like almost everyone on their team. I do think Levin's a bit of a jet one trick, so if he could show an expanded hero pool, that'd be nice. But
I'm leaning towards D. I'm just confused.
I
on
like
where I would
agree,
put
but
them. They could be
I
good.
had
like they
I
wouldn't beat EDG though.
No, they
no.
would not be EDG. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think they
I
could
had them
be
like
EDG, but
I had them below EDG, but like above Evil Genius, above Loud, like stuff like that is where I had them.
I
low
think
key
that's fair.
EG and KC would be a banger.
That I could see that.
That would be bigger.
Foot, I'm not like
I mean,
yeah,
bottom D
F?
tier for me. Like
I could put them in F.
bad. They're bad.
I think they're the worst EMEA team though, right?
Mm,
Ulf or no longer Ulf Fun Plus Phoenix or no is Fun Plus Phoenix? What's FPX stand for?
Fun plus Phoenix, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fire Force. Who's replacing them?
Ulf?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw that I saw that thing, but I thought that was like a satire account.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
was
That
it?
was. I thought that was
I think
legit.
that's legit.
Eternal Fire.
Eternal Fire. Wolves had problems in other esports not paying their players, so
That's crazy.
So is Eternal
esports
Fire
classic.
getting rid of their roster they have now and just picking up the Wolf
Yeah,
roster?
they're just getting promoted and picking up the Wolf team. Or like I think they might be allowed to keep both because of the situation or something. I don't know how.
I don't know. I think Ulf and Foot are pretty like close with each other. Like I think they're both pretty bad.
The
Yeah.
rumors of Ulf are they're Turkish aimers and they're gonna come out aim people. That is what Mini
That's what the
says.
streets are saying.
That is what the streets are saying, but after kickoff,
Uh,
your performance, they had two subs. It's just like
I'm cool
tough
with
to
having
rate.
Foot above them just from like some of the players having prior success
Sure.
over them.
The
Mr.
two
Fallen, greatest ace of all time.
they're supposed to get two subs who are supposed to be really legit that turn like
Okay.
18. Um,
Okay, we'll see.
Fnatic.
so they might be exciting to watch in the future.
Ooh, Fnatic. All right, I want to hear what you guys have to say about Fnatic.
I'm leaning towards A. I still think they're a good team, but I could be fine doing B, but definitely I'm sorry, I just think Fnatic would roll off
No,
thieves.
Fnatic's not a B team.
no,
Okay. Okay.
Fnatic to me is like middle A pack,
Okay.
like right
I'm
now.
glad. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're. I thought there would be some Fnatic hate going
I,
on. And
I
Amy
think
really doesn't
anyone
like
that
Poster.
I think anyone that is like thinking they're like they don't really give them a chance or anything, like just wait for this stage or even like stage 2 to get into champs. Like I just feel like they're a team you can't count out with the core. Like I don't know, like
They've just
Alpha,
been so
Kayak
consistent.
Crashies, and Boaster calling, and then like Vekash has honestly looked really good.
Yeah,
Like
Catch has
KO
looked
is
good.
nice. His KO is nice.
his
I
Viper's
think
good. Like
Yeah.
I just don't think you count them out. I think they could make an international for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I'm expecting them to make like one of the next two.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I actually expect them to make both. I just believe so much in Boaster and believe that like he'll figure it out because he
Mhm.
has Alpha as one of like his pieces too. Like
yeah,
Alpha's just such a get that guy off ice. Put him on Chamber. Put him on Neon. Honestly, put like
yeah.
have the guy be
The
your
Alpha
guy.
ISO.
They
Yeah,
need
Alpha
to
like
give
ISO is a
Al
scary time.
same with
like
Demon One. Like
Alpha
why are
needs to
we
have
playing
like the
him on smokes?
Alpha needs like the Dombi treatment. Like
Yeah.
put him on someone that he can have high impact on, and you guys help set up around him. And then obviously like Kayak just works off of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Eamon.
I think there were also rumors, or I saw a boaster say that Scrim they've started switching stuff up, and Scrims they've been frying. Now that's just Scrims, and also he's not gonna
Yeah,
be like we're getting shit on. Actually, he
yeah.
might. I don't know.
Okay.
Vitality is up next.
Tough. It's tough because they're getting Sayonara this stage, so Unfake is gone, and
Yeah.
they have Sayonara in. And Sayonara like he played in the Project Blunder, which was like a preseason tournament. Um, and honestly, like he was pretty good. He played like a mix of like Phoenix and Sova in that, and that's kind of like all we saw of him with the Vitality team.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know a ton about him. It's one of these teams that I feel like on paper, you know, they have to be A in my opinion. I just feel like they have expectations and like they have to make an international this year.
Would uh,
I'm either that or top of B. I get what you mean, but I don't like. It is
they're
hard
they're
because
they're
there's
definitely an A for me. I was
yeah
gonna go. All right, I was gonna go the other way and say like
S.
so. Sayonara has been talked about as like Jesus since like forever. So I expect him to at least be decent. And then you have Profek, Yampi, a good coaching staff with Pal and Scuff, I think, the like ex Fnatic coach.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have I just think they have a good system and they have too many good players where like it's Chronicle and Dirka. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. They're are they not the best roster in EMEA?
Yeah, on paper they are the best roster in
And
EMEA.
Yeah.
And I think
Eh,
like with you
Oh,
put
Griffin's gonna,
Yampi.
Griffin's gonna be saying like Heretics has the best
no,
roster.
no, definitely not heretics. I was. It's hard
If
because
you
like
put Yampi back on scans, he's not on Yoru. He's IGLing on like a more
yeah,
comfortable role. I just think it's a system that like they're gonna have worked
Yeah,
down because they kind of had it worked down with BBL last year, except they just had worse pieces around.
yeah.
Like you
No,
didn't have Chronicle. Chronicle will
I
win you a
agree.
couple rounds.
I agree.
I think they're definitely an A tier.
I think
I'm
for me
fine with
it's
that.
A, and the only reason it's not S is just like they gotta show it to me.
I
Um,
also
but
think
it's my opinion.
Unfake did not look that great. So
They had too many bald people.
that's
Hmm.
true. They did have way too many
That
bald
was the bold
people.
squad.
They needed either you need five or one. There's no in between.
Now in A, do you is that an you have them higher in A than that, right, Eamon? Like you have them above. You'd put them above
I'd put him
Furia.
above Furia.
I
That's
had them above
it.
Furia, but behind Fnatic is what I
I think
had.
that's how I'd have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Heretics.
Okay.
that too. I mean, this is weak, right? S
Heretics.
tier, they have Woot. It's all good.
No.
They have
B
Wood on
tier.
Fade.
They looked so bad.
They're
Oh
they're like
my god.
They looked
bottom
good for
bottom.
like 2 games though.
They're like bottom B tier for me.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's
that's fair.
accurate. They got a like they're perfect epitome of like a team that is like a G2 where they were consistent a bunch, obviously not as good, but then they've never won anything of significance. So it's like
Yeah.
Well,
you got
and
to get
also
to that
now
past the hump.
now they made the move to get comeback in, and obviously it's one stage, but like you let go of your ex-girlfriend and she goes off and she shines in a better relationship. Like Miniboo went to
Yeah.
Liquid and
Yeah. I
looked
don't like most people
way
I think
better.
thought it would have been the complete opposite where Comeback's
Oh,
looking like this great
absolutely.
player and like Liquid's I didn't think Liquid was going to be bad, but I didn't think Mini Boo was necessarily going to gel right away and he looked awesome,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The
So
it is it's just so odd. Many questions about the coaching staff, I would
yeah,
say, on Neilzinho and Weber at this point, because I think everyone knows like the talent is there on that roster.
yeah,
Gentlemates,
I think
yeah.
the way the list is going, we probably should put them in A. It's just where exactly.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, we can put them in A, but they'd be the last spot in A for me.
I'd be fine with that.
I
I
think
think
the
that's
Yoru
fair.
nerf. I I think
True.
I thought
Yeah.
Mini was really good for the stage, and honestly, I was even surprised by like Glyph and Starkso at times. But
Yeah.
for me, like Martine it was like one of the hardest carries by one player for a team, and I think if he's not on the Yoru and they're running like more a traditional Sky comp or something like that, like they're not going to be as good. So
Yeah.
it's either the last place in A or the first place in B for me. It's one
I'm
of the
fine with
two.
I
that.
agree with you. I do think their coaching staff and that everything has shown or has like the signs show that they're pretty good and legit.
Yeah,
That like I do think I don't know, Martine is kind of a Yoru one trick, but also
His Phoenix is nasty too. But yeah, Yoru was what he was like feeding on.
it's like you're yeah. When he hmm, I,
I mean, if you
what do
look at
you
his
think,
he
Griff, A or B?
played one game on
Perfect where
Phoenix.
it is.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I think they're a tier above like 100 Thieves for me. Like
I
if
would
I think
agree in this last meta, but this next
going into
meta,
I
the
think
next one, yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure.
why I had them down at top of B because I think like in the upcoming meta, I think we could easily see 100 Thieves looking like a better team than them.
that's fair.
Like
Yeah,
uh, yeah,
I
I'm
but we
with
can
you.
leave
I'm
it. We
high
can
on
leave
100
this for now.
Thieves.
We can
I
leave
could
this for now
definitely
if you want.
see 100 Thieves make an international, and at one point of the time, people will put them in S tier, and then they'll flop at the
Yeah,
international, like
Yeah,
they
that's fair.
did at like
100%.
back in the day. I feel like 100 Thieves used to make more internationals. Like,
But if we want to leave
shit.
for recency bias reasons, like the other thing of why I put them in B2 is I don't think they played their best game against AG, obviously, but like I don't know. They like really unimpressed me with an AG like game. It felt like at times they weren't even taking the game seriously. Like they were just like dry swinging one by one, thinking that they were just better.
Yeah.
Um, and that's another reason that I felt like it knocked it down to me. But
That's fair. I won't lie.
yeah.
I mean, them barely making it, or well, just the way they make it to Masters. I mean, it's not like they were clearing everyone in EMEA either. Like, it'll be tough for them to
Uh,
continue to make it.
I mean, in kickoff they kind of were, other than
Well, at least in
BBL.
like, well, in the playoffs, they got reverse swept, or they reverse swept Fnatic, right? Like
Yeah.
on their elimination game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, they made it, but still, like they were a map away from being sent home.
Well, they'd have another chance against Liquid.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
But-
thought that was
But
I know what
but
you're-
I do think
I
it's
know
still
what
a
you're
fair
saying.
point.
I know what you're saying. Okay. Speaking
They
of
are
Liquid.
a tough team because, but I think that where they are is fair. Liquid,
Liquid's an interesting one for me.
I think I'll
you guys can
go
go.
because I'm a bit of a Liquid fan, a big Nats fanboy. I would say I'd put them top B. I think
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
They're good.
I had them.
think they could be better than
Yeah,
Mates
I
and
wasn't.
Furia, and
Yeah.
like they could, but I don't
Well-
think it means they're gonna be best. Like I think they're gonna be the third best team in the region, and like they're not gonna. I don't know. They're gonna be consistently good as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah, I'd
adapt well.
I agreed with that. I mean, I think they didn't rely on the Yoru as much as a lot of other teams,
Yeah.
which I think will benefit them moving forward. Like Minibu can just continue to play Neon. He looked really good on Neon. Purpo's best agent, I think, is Sky. Like
It looks like it, yeah.
yeah, and it looks like maybe this meta is actually setting up for them because if the meta, like from what I've heard, is people are like speculating maybe run Sky with like Neon Waylay.
Yeah.
If that is the case, like I think
They were already doing it.
Camo was already on the Waylay with the Neon,
Yeah.
so like I think they could be good for sure.
At least on some of the maps. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I do agree there's the argument to be had, Eamon, about putting them above Mates and above Furia. I don't know. I get the roster kind of argument with VIT. I think that makes it too strong for me to want to put them above Vitality, but I could put them above Furia and Mates too. Or at least I could see the argument.
Like Furia, I have no idea how good they will be next stage. They're kind of that like they're in A. If they were in like D tier or like just had a bad stage, I wouldn't be like shocked. But who knows? Giants, like I like barely even remember how Giants did in kickoff. Honestly,
Their 2 wins was over Pacific and over Heretics.
right?
They lost 2-0 to Mates, 2-0 to Vitality, 2-1 to Liquid. I was pretty unimpressed with them, like as a team that was looking like a Cinderella story in champs a little bit last year.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I had higher expectations for them, and to be honest with you, like I don't know, just haven't been super impressed. I think Westside still like has played pretty well, but like the rest of the team honestly just hasn't performed. So for me personally, I think I would probably place them like kind of like more in that top C tier range for me right now. I just don't. I'm not impressed
Okay,
with them
I
at
would
all.
put them below. I would put them bottom C.
Okay.
I'm at least putting them above Crew, but I
Okay.
was around the same, like mid
Yeah,
C tier.
I'd have them like above XLG and Crew, but that's
Oh, yeah.
probably it for
I'm
me.
probably fine with that too.
Okay, that's good. All right.
What
I
is
think
that? It?
that's last EMEA.
Oh, Pacific.
Oh, yes,
East.
BB or not, no longer
The
BBL,
team that no one
just
cares about.
Pacific. Hey, they have Cupert. He's Sliggy mod.
Cooper and they got Cenid. I don't know. This one's
I
pretty
don't know,
easy for me.
They're an
They're
F
pretty.
tier.
They're F tier. They're pretty shit.
They lost. Didn't they
2-0
lose
to
to
Ulf.
Ulf?
Yeah,
They
2-1
might.
Wolf, 2-1 to
They
GX,
they
2-1 to
probably
BDO.
are. They probably are the worst team in the region. So,
Yeah. I
okay.
honestly think it looks. I would do this, I think, for bottom teams, but
I like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
um, we can go easiest tier, I
Yeah,
think,
they're top of
Yeah,
the whole thing. Yeah.
and then weirdly,
I'm putting
Paper.
on above energy. I would agree.
Oh,
Paper
really?
X.
I actually
They
have
beat
them.
him, didn't they beat him?
I beat him.
Like it's
Yeah.
hard, and I know mates or AG beat mates, but I think mates trolled more than like. I think it just shows actually more how good Nongshim is than anything. Because I'm not sure NRG would look like
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Miracles better than Paper X did.
yeah. Okay.
Rebel.
I don't know. If you come 1 and 2, I feel like you gotta go 1 and 2. At the like first and second, you get first and second on the list for them. All right,
Yeah, I'm just.
GE,
Yeah, that's fine.
or if you have anything to say,
I was just
GE.
gonna say, like, I think NRG are gonna probably possibly be even better in the upcoming meta, but that's not saying that Paper X also can't be better. So I'm fine with that.
I
Yeah,
think it's fair.
so
So
Paper X is just such a anomaly of a roster and team that you never really can
They
predict.
they just
definitely
good.
are.
They just
They
good.
do just be good sometimes, and then bad others. Global esports, everyone's favorite.
Hey,
Let's go.
I'm a Pac-Man enjoyer. I was super bummed out when he got let go from PRX. I was glad to see him doing well. Yeah, they're not amazing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I still think they're a Pacific team, and like for me, it probably B tier. I'm trying to think exactly where
I
they'd fall on B.
I have them B. I think they have some good stuff going for them. I think I don't know,
Udo.
like yeah, I think that Udo and like I don't know, like Frost has come out and said that like I don't know, Frost was just kind of crying about the meta and they weren't like necessarily following the meta and I just think like if they're a little bit more creative, they'll continue to improve. I had them like kind of like bottom B tier personally.
I think that's fair. I think honestly the record might be worse than a lot of the teams they're above, but I do think just regional play,
I
Apex,
mean,
the
yeah, you
best
have to.
region.
Yeah, I think you have to take that in consideration for
Like
sure.
the top two were APAC teams. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, they're
yeah,
just gonna play against better teams more, so they'll
yeah.
probably have a worse record, but they might be on a level comparable
Yeah,
skill.
I agree.
All right, the next one is Varel, but it's their old logo of Starlight
Yep.
Gaming. Varel, they're very fun to watch. They feed
Hmm.
a bit.
Yeah,
Zexy is like mega feed, but
Xexi's
very
mega
entertaining.
feed. Yeah,
Zuna, great Sova. I feel like they had a bad kickoff, but I think they can be good, but I wouldn't put them like
yeah.
uh
They definitely underperformed. I kind of agree with you, but again, like we do have to like look at like who do they have to play and beat, and I think it is just they're dealt a bad hand in that
yeah.
sense. I'm cool with putting them if you're like higher on the Maimon, I'm cool with putting them like somewhere in the lower portion of C if you want.
I think
But
I
I
think I'd go
personally
below. I
I would
think
have
if
them like maybe D to be
yeah, I think
honest
they
with
are
you.
D off how they played or
But
off the results.
I'd put them like
I think
Like
above
probably
maybe like
EG.
maybe above
yeah.
EG but not above Carmine Core. Yeah.
It's a team that's still young, I think, or
Yeah.
most of them are young except like the IGL Cinder,
Yeah.
where I do think they have room to grow still and like they'll learn from their mistakes,
Yeah.
but it's tough when you got to show like more than one
Yeah.
good game.
I agree. Oh boy.
Gen G,
Genji.
my boys.
Yeah, Genji is tough though cuz I don't know, like I saw something on Twitter today about something about they I don't know if like Foxy Nine's gonna become not inactive anymore. I don't know if he's gonna play again. Um,
I don't really know if that moves any needle though. It's like Foxy 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Bang.
I mean,
I
I think like I don't know. Their issue is like moving Charon's role around. I don't really understand. Um, Nor do I like that he's kind of not on smokes, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I think like he was one of the best smokes in the world, and now they're just putting him on Senti because they switched Ash over to smokes. And Ash has not looked good on smokes, to be honest with you. Um, and then on top of that, I think Lakia is just bad, but that's my opinion. Um, so I have them. I'm kind of biased towards Genji in a way just because of texture, and I do think Karen's like that good. So I do have them on like top C tier for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's
Top
as
C.
high. That's as high as I can go with them, to be honest with you.
I was thinking mid or lower C, but I mean, I don't know.
Like
They
to
end up
be
looking
honest, they
there.
didn't look good, but I think the Zinks looked much better as they played more games, but I don't know
Yeah,
if it's enough for it to be like I'm not like
I
I
just
think
like
it's
I don't
close
know,
against
dude.
EDG. Like I think I might have them below EDG, honestly. And this is from like a Gen G fan. It's just like they
Yeah,
I don't
I mean they're suffering from Munchkin being on like heavily. Like I
yeah,
f- I
they're
I feel
just
like that is
missing
showing.
another piece of like I think almost fragging or like uh, I don't know what it is exactly, but I think if we go top of D tier, maybe that makes sense. I don't
Okay,
know
yeah,
if
that's
you
fine.
guys agree with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I, like I don't
I
think
mean,
they're
Secret. Let's put Secret in F. Like,
yeah,
holy
that's
shit, they're
pretty
bad.
pretty
Um,
easy.
don't have to
T1,
talk. Yeah, T1's interesting because like they made the international, but I don't think they've been playing well. Like,
No,
I
I
just I
completely
think
agree.
T1's played one good game this year.
There
They
yeah,
you
like
beat
go.
RRQ.
I'm giving them like a little bit of like the vitality treatment. Like, hey, it's the roster, like it's gonna work, kind of thing. But they haven't looked good. So personally, I'm having them like worst A tier or like top B tier is where I can kind of flex them in, to be honest with you. Like they lost to Liquid 2-0 in Santiago. So like
They
I
did
feel like
lose Liquid. It's hard to be like
it's
you're,
almost like
you
I
know.
think you might have to put them right behind Liquid.
I think that's fair. Like T1 is a team that I like to hate root for. Like as much as I root for them, I hate like watching
Yeah.
or I like to hate watch. Uh, but they are just like a team that trolls. Like I don't know. I feel like they don't have comms turned on sometimes. Like they just make such simple mistakes that's like kind of
Yeah.
almost embarrassing at times.
Yeah.
It's like what? We're
And I
not
don't know if
using
that's
any alts.
and I don't know if that's like a personnel like roster thing or if it's staff like coaching, to
I
be
think it
honest with
has to
you.
be
Like
coaching, but that doesn't make sense
cuz
either.
like yeah, yeah, that's fair.
KDG's from Overwatch. There's a
He
lot of
has to
ults in
be.
that game.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean his coaching translates to Valorant
No,
necessarily.
I'm
Definitely
more
not.
saying just like you would think
Yeah,
abilities wouldn't be an issue of like you would
right.
use your ults and you would understand the value of them.
Right, right.
All right, DRX.
Yeah, what do you guys think? You guys go ahead.
Yeah, like they're good.
I think DRX is tough because I think they're this might be wrong and at the same time very hot. I
Hmm.
low key think they're an A tier team.
Oof.
I
Yeah, man,
had
that's a
them
lot higher
there
than I
in
am.
my personal one. I kind of think they're similar to T1 in a sense. Like they have the talent, and I feel like the surrounding to be good. It's just like they hadn't been playing that good. I don't know. I kind of have them in a very like similar range to T1 and like I guess Liquid.
I think
Mm,
though, like when you look at who they did lose to T1, but I felt like in the lower bracket they actually started playing better, and they just
Yeah,
lost to Paper X. Like
they're the
I
second best
think
team in the world.
if you look at their lower bracket run, they started figuring it out and like putting it together a bit more. And they've also called up
Yeah.
this guy Young, who I don't know. DRX is always the musical chairs. So like
Mhm.
every new stage is a
Vayne
new
will be
players.
dropped, then he'll be picked up in stage 3
Yeah,
or stage
and
2.
he'll play
Something
great at
like that.
champs.
Yeah.
Uh, I believe in DRX. It's kind of up. I would put him bottom A, but I get that's kind of crazy. It's just a prediction, I'd say. I'm fine with a mid B or
Yeah, I mean, I think I had them lower B, so maybe mid B is kind of more
sure.
reasonable for us to
Like
put them
I
in.
do think they'd beat AG.
You think they
Yeah,
beat 100 Thieves? I kind of think they do, but I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think that's like a
Gunman's
really
kind
that's
of a
like a that's a really
beast.
good game
It
actually.
is a
That
really
is a
good
good
game.
game.
I mean, Zeta
I mean,
Division,
Zeta, we're
you're
putting
F
them
tier.
F, right? Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I'm
their only
sorry,
win is
but we
against
got it.
they're above Secret. They beat
Yeah,
Secret.
they got
That's
to
that's
be
it.
a
Sorry.
secret.
That's it.
That was a banger, 2-1.
I mean, I put them above Pacific too. Give them that. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fair.
All right.
DFM.
DFM.
Another tough one.
A very
Yeah.
tough one.
They're good though. They're fun to watch.
I mean, they had a hot start and then they struggled against, but like they struggled against
But they beat
T1
Volsense.
and PaperX. So like arguably they lost to, two of the top 3 best teams out of the region. So
Yeah. They came
you
fourth,
know, I
I
think
think, in kickoff, technically.
yeah, I mean yeah,
Fifth in
they
kickoff.
got to be if we're giving global
They're above
bottom
global.
B,
Yeah,
they
they're
have
above
to
global.
be
They beat
they
global.
they have to be like somewhere in between DRX and global in B tier, right?
Yeah.
Like kind of like around there maybe. Like
I think
I
that's
think
fair.
I think like probably over Sen currently until Sen shows us something.
Yeah. Will be interesting new meta and everything with because DFM's kind of also like
Ooh,
Yasuka
okay.
and Kaide are kind of unknowns.
Okay,
of,
RRQ's
hero pools.
I don't know if you guys will disagree with me about RRQ. Now RRQ obviously a bit of a rough I feel like it's rough but almost unlucky. Like they lost to the 3 teams that all made it obviously because they had 3 chances. But to be honest with you, like I think RRQ are good, like really good.
For sure.
I personally have them like bottom A tier currently for me. I think
was thinking mid A.
I think they're better. I think they're
I'm-
better than T1. And I feel like if they're better than T1, like I'm probably putting them kind of like in that bottom A tier.
All right. I'm about to. We're getting very
you're putting
biased again.
Are you putting
They're
them
an
C?
S tier team. I really think like
I understand the argument. I
how
don't necessarily agree.
MIBR has same argument except
Yeah.
they have a little
Yeah,
bit more
Osboss.
skill, but they have less experience together too. Like
Yeah, I think it's just tough because like I put them in A because there's the only reason I put them in A is because they're kind of filling that like they didn't make it, but I think they're better than DRX and T1.
Yes.
And I feel like when I just made it before we started recording, I was like, there's no other Pacific team in my A tier right now, so I'm putting RRQ in. That was just kind of like how I did it.
they're also not like heavy Yoru abusers though
No, they're not.
either.
They're not.
Like I really think RQ when we stop at okay S tier. Maybe they're not S
can
tier.
we compromise on A if Griffin and I both say A?
Can we go top A?
I prefer G2 over them, but I can put them.
Okay, that's fine. I think
Okay.
I think they make most tournament. I think they'll make champs at least, and I think they could make London too.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's tough because you have Nangshin Paper X, but RQ was so consistent, like
Yeah.
for the longest time. It's just kind of unlucky.
Yeah.
Play 5 best or 3 best of 5s.
Okay, so last one, like full sense, I think is interesting because like how we talked about how DRX kind of like got better as the stage went on. Full
Mm.
Sense kind of did the exact opposite, and
They also
um,
Cruz is
yeah,
back.
now he's playing again. And did they even announce their coach?
Yeah, I don't remember who.
Okay,
Some Thai coach.
yeah. So I mean, based off that, like they're very, I think they're super talented. But based off of like how they kind of had a disaster at the end of the stage, um, and now that Cruz is back to playing, like I think they have to go into C tier. Um, I'm putting them like I don't know where in C tier because I think like Primi and them they're very talented, but like
They also lose. I think
I don't know.
it's Thai's the one that's sitting,
Yeah.
because I think he has an injury,
Okay.
but he's kind of their second best player. I don't know. They're all a bunch of aimers, but like when he's on Rays, like it's scary.
Yeah.
So I think him not being there and having Cruz, like you might have a better system in IGLing a little bit, but I don't think you'll have same fragging. So I agree, like C tier.
Yeah.
I'd put him above XLG, maybe below.
I
I'm
would like
fine putting them over Giant X and
I was
just
gonna say
writing
the same.
lab.
Okay,
I was
yeah,
gonna say the
I think
same thing.
that's
Like
fair.
Giant X are like so disappointing to me, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That's fair.
Is there anything we want to change, or do we kind of want to like finalize it up and call it a day?
I think I'm
I
pretty good with everything.
I'm pretty happy with it overall.
oh, yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't have anything where I think there couldn't be an argument for it,
Yeah,
Like it all makes sense.
yeah, yeah. No, I'd agree. I mean, there's obviously like little ones here and there. Like you could move the needle by like one with some of these teams, I think, but like that's just so nitty gritty. It doesn't really make any
Yeah.
sense.
And I'm also not sure, like, the tier list is funny because you think, like, when we start with
Yeah,
China and the three teams, those three teams could be in the same tier, like,
yeah,
realistically.
they
It's
definitely
just,
could.
like, on a global scale, it's so hard to
Yeah,
power rank, obviously.
yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Mm, great.
Yeah, guys. I think we did a good job. We'll see how that stands. We got to save this. So
Yeah.
see how our
Compare it to
Pred's
the
gonna.
results.
Well,
Yeah.
once London Masters comes around, we'll have to like look at this and be like, oh, if we fucked up bad or not. So
Maybe
Okay,
maybe we got it right. I
let's
feel
have
like we did a good
one
job.
one
yeah,
prediction. Who do you think's going to be, like, most wrong? Or, like, who wouldn't
like what team's gonna be like either way? Either like we put them low and
either
they're gonna do well.
yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
one?
Um, not really. I think maybe I think it's easier to pick a team that we think is going to do pretty well and will underperform.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put Furia. I think they might underperform.
I was thinking
Um,
that as well.
but like I don't think it's going to be drastic. I'm just saying like I
They
could
might not
see
make it the next
yeah, like
international.
I
Yeah.
could see 100 Thieves, Cloud9 or Sen kind of taking the spot over them. So that's mine, but it's obviously that's not too crazy.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I could see I could see some moves in Pacific. Like I could see Varel jumping up ahead of like Global and making like a big jump in the tier
Yeah.
list
Yeah.
where just with more games and more experience, they might
Yeah.
glue a little differently.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
mates as well. Like for an A tier team, like I could see them just not making another international this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could see that too. That's why when I was talking about like if we wanted to change, I was like almost hesitating to put Liquid in Mate's spot and Mate's in Liquid spot, but I think it's fine.
I think it's fine too, because
Yeah, I can see it.
they all
It's like so hard to
tough.
bet against Nats, man. It's so hard to bet against him.
Liquid will be there. We're going 1-2.
We're going 1-2, but we'll be
Liquid
there.
1-2.
We're flying there
We
to
were there.
lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Awesome. Yeah,
Should
sniffing.
wrap this up here.
You wanna sign us off, brother?
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the first episode of the Hidden Gem Valorant podcast. Hopefully we can get more out soon. But if you guys got any ideas or things you want to hear or anything like that, feel free to comment them, do whatever. But yeah, signing off for the first time. This is Mr. Tiffin, Mr. Nick, and Mr. Amy. You guys say your piece.
We'll see you later.
We'll
How
see
about
you
that?
next time. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening. Oh, we gotta plug Eamon's his Val
Watch
edits real
Escape
quick.
Key edits.
Yeah,
His name is.
it's literally his name.
plugged
He
in.
just put out a Dombey edit, so go watch that.
Everyone go watch.
Keep it.
Drop a like.
Like and
Nice.
comment. Subscribe.
Cool.
Subscribe.
All right,
Alrighty.
see you guys.
See you.
Bye.